After 60, there's a quiet shift inside the body that most people don't notice until it starts changing daily life. You stand up from a chair and it feels heavier than it used to. Stairs that were routine feel like a little hill. A walk that once cleared your head now asks more from your legs than you expected. Many seniors believe this is just what aging does, but research shows the way you fuel your morning can strongly influence how steady and capable your muscles feel throughout the day. Today, I'm going to show you a simple morning habit that supports muscle performance, especially in the legs, and why it works so well for people over 60. First, a quick self-check. If any of these sound familiar, you're not alone. Do your legs feel tired sooner than they did a year ago? Do you notice stairs or curbs asking more effort from your thighs? Do you feel a slight wobble when you first get moving, like your balance takes a moment to wake up? Do grocery bags feel heavier than they should, or does your pace slow halfway through a walk? Do you occasionally skip outings because you're worried your legs won't keep up? If you said yes to even one of these, stay with me, because small changes add up, and morning is the most overlooked place to begin. Why morning? Organizations like Harvard and Mayo Clinic have written for years about age-related muscle loss, sarcopenia, and the role of nutrition in maintaining strength as we get older. Overnight, your body repairs tissues and uses stored energy. When you wake, your muscles are especially sensitive to the first thing you give them. A steady, fiber-rich, protein-supported breakfast can help keep blood sugar more stable, reduce mid-morning crashes, and support the way muscles use energy across the day. That stability matters. When energy is even, you move more naturally. When you move more naturally, you keep the strength you have, and you're better positioned to build a little more. Let me introduce George. He's 67, retired, and lives just outside Cleveland. For most of his life, he was dependable. Showed up for work, loved weekend yard projects, walked the neighborhood with his wife after dinner. After retirement, little things began to change. He'd stand up and wait a second for his legs to feel steady. The second step on the staircase felt a touch harder than the first. He'd promise himself a morning walk, but by midday his legs felt like they'd already spent their energy. These weren't dramatic symptoms, just small, persistent whispers that told him something was shifting. Like many people, he answered with good intentions, "I should exercise more." He tried, but the strength didn't come back the way he hoped. He started to wonder if this was simply his new normal. When George and I spoke, I didn't ask him to push harder. I asked him to change the very first move of his day. Not his afternoon routine, not his evening plan. His first fuel. Because here's a pattern clinicians see again and again. A fast breakfast, toast and jam, sugary cereal, juice or sweet coffee, can feel like energy at 8 a.m. But by 10:30 it can leave you flat. The dip isn't just about feeling sleepy. It can show up in the legs as heaviness, shakiness, or reluctance to move. When that happens, you naturally move less. Move less, and the body gives your muscles fewer reasons to stay strong. It becomes a loop. On the other hand, when seniors begin the day with slow-release fuel, soluble fiber, gentle carbohydrates, a little protein, and supportive micronutrients, something different happens. Energy stretches across the morning instead of spiking and falling. Muscles feel supplied instead of drained. Your brain doesn't keep asking for quick sugar because it already has what it needs. It sounds simple, and it is, but simple is powerful when it's done consistently. Harvard-linked publications have highlighted soluble fiber like beta-glucan for metabolic steadiness. Mayo Clinic has emphasized the combined roles of protein, fiber, and movement in maintaining function with age. You don't need a fancy plan to benefit. You need a reliable morning. George kept breakfast the way many of us were taught. 2 slices of toast, a swipe of jam, sometimes cereal, and a glass of orange juice for vitamins. Good intentions, poor outcomes. I asked him to try a small experiment for 2 weeks. Replace that fast breakfast with one bowl that favours steadiness over speed. He wasn't thrilled. Changing breakfast can feel personal, but he agreed because trying harder hadn't worked, and he was tired of feeling like his body was arguing with him. Before I tell you what he used, I want to explain one more reason this switch matters. Your legs are your independence. Leg strength and balance predict how easily you get in and out of a car, how long you can shop, and how confident you feel outside your home. When your legs get the right morning support, you tend to walk a little farther, stand a little longer, and do the tiny movements that protect strength without feeling like a workout. Over a week, that's dozens more steps. Over a month, it's miles. Over a year, it's a different trajectory. Think of energy like a narrow bridge. A quick sugar breakfast floods the bridge with traffic all at once. It's loud, busy, and then suddenly empty. A fibre-rich, protein-supported breakfast spaces the cars. Calm, steady, predictable. Your muscles do better with the second bridge. They don't need fireworks. They need a schedule they can trust. At this point, you might be thinking, fine, but what exactly should I eat? I hear you. Specifics matter. The answer is wonderfully simple, budget-friendly, and likely already in your pantry, or on the shelf of any ordinary grocery store. It's a bowl that older adults have relied on for generations, but rarely use strategically to support muscle performance and steadier energy. When you prepare it the right way, it carries you through the morning and sets up a better afternoon. George tried it for 10 days. On day 3, he noticed his mid-morning slump was smaller. On day 7, his usual walk didn't feel like a coin toss. It felt doable. On day 10, he realized he hadn't once said, "Maybe I'll go later." He just went. Before I reveal the exact bowl and how to prepare it for muscle support, I want to ask you a small favour that helps more seniors see this information. If you're finding this helpful, if you want more simple, steady changes that make real life easier, tap like once and tell me in the comments how your legs have felt lately. Strong, so-so, or tired? Your answer helps us tailor future videos to what you're actually experiencing. And it helps other people realise they aren't the only ones navigating this. Now, a short word about safety. None of this replaces movement. Walking, gentle strength work and balance practice remain essential as we age. What we're doing here is giving your muscles a better morning environment. So the movement you do feels possible and pays you back. Food and movement work together. When you pair them, your day often feels different. George didn't buy supplements. He didn't join a gym. He didn't spend more time working out. He changed one choice and stuck with it. That one morning bowl, prepared in a very specific way, became the anchor for his day. He stopped thinking of breakfast as a quick sugar hit and started using it as a quiet tool to keep his legs ready. That's the shift I want for you. Not hype, not extreme rules, not a new identity. Just steady, reliable support, especially in the first hours after you wake up. In part 2, I'll show you exactly what went into George's bowl. The simple add-ins that make it more effective for older adults. How to avoid the common mistakes that turn a good breakfast into a sugar crash, and a 10-minute morning routine you can follow without feeling rushed. We'll cover what to use, what to skip, and how to build this into your life so it sticks when you're busy, travelling, or just not in the mood to cook. If you've been waiting for something realistic that respects your time and your body, this is it. This information is for education only, not medical advice. Consult your healthcare provider before making changes. When George realized that the way his morning started had more impact on his day than anything else, he finally understood that strength wasn't only about how hard he pushed, but how smart he fueled. And this is where details matter, because oatmeal is the foundation, but it's the combination inside the bowl that truly supports seniors. The first supportive add-in I want you to understand today is berries. Blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, fresh or frozen. They're rich in antioxidants that support circulation and cellular health. For older adults, especially adults who start noticing leg heaviness after 60, steady blood flow matters more than most people realize. When seniors choose frosting-covered pastries or sugary breakfast bars, the spike is short, the crash is long, and movement becomes harder as the day goes on. But berries added into oatmeal help keep that morning stable. And George said something after a few days that stuck with me. I don't feel like I'm fighting my own energy anymore. I feel like I'm working with it. That was all we needed to hear. The second add-in is chia seeds. Tiny but powerful. Chia supports satiety, stable energy and easy digestion. Many seniors think strength comes only from protein, but fibre works alongside protein to help your muscles use energy gradually instead of burning out fast. Compare that to sugary cereals or processed white flour. Those choices hit fast, then disappear. But chia gives slow energy and helps that oatmeal become long-lasting fuel, not just a quick bump. When seniors shift away from short-burn sugar breakfasts and toward fibre-rich fuel like oats, berries and chia, they often feel less shaky and more capable throughout the entire morning. Now I want to keep this real and grounded. You don't have to become perfect overnight. You don't have to measure every spoon of food. You don't have to memorize science terms. The goal is simple. Support your body early so that later in the day your body supports you back. And when George started noticing that walking outside no longer felt intimidating, his confidence slowly started to return. He didn't become a different person. He became himself again. The version that wasn't always second-guessing his legs before leaving the house. If you're watching this right now, I want to ask you a question. How do you usually start your morning? Type in the comments one word: sweet or steady. Sweet means you start with something sugary or fast. Steady means you choose something slow like oats, eggs, berries, Greek yogurt, whole grain or chia. I want to see what type of breakfast most seniors actually begin their day with. Your answer matters because it helps shape future videos so we can help more people like you. As you begin making the shift for yourself, remember this: strength comes from consistency, not intensity. You don't have to force your body. You don't have to push harder than you can. You just need to stop draining yourself before the day even begins. George didn't fix everything in one day, but he gave himself permission to start. And his morning started to become a source of stability instead of stress. In part 3, I'm going to show you the specific add-in combination that works best for afternoon energy and which 3 surprising breakfast health foods seniors should avoid because they quietly sabotage muscle steadiness later in the day. Most people think they're doing the right thing, but they're choosing options that actually make midday weakness more likely. And when I show you what they are, you're going to understand exactly why so many older adults struggle, even when they're trying their best. As the days passed, George started noticing something he hadn't felt in a long time: steadiness. He didn't wake up wondering whether today was going to be a good leg day or a bad leg day. His morning routine started becoming the anchor of his strength. And now we add the next supportive layer: because there are two more key items most seniors misunderstand. The third supportive add-in is nuts, walnuts or almonds especially. They aren't magic, but they contain healthy fats that support brain and muscle function working together. Muscles don't only run on strength alone, they run on nerves, coordination, and stable fuel. Healthy fats help your body maintain that calm steadiness as the day begins. Compare that to sweet spreads, sugary syrups, or flavoured creamers. Those give a few minutes of comfort, but they steal stability later. When seniors replace those morning sugar blasts with a small handful of nuts added to their oatmeal bowl, they aren't giving up pleasure, they're choosing a longer-lasting, more reliable energy path for their legs. And this is where George noticed he didn't need a second pick-me-up right after breakfast. He simply stayed steady. The fourth supportive item is cinnamon. It's simple and extremely underrated. Cinnamon can support stable metabolic response and help reduce the spike and crash cycle that drains seniors by late morning. People underestimate how small things add up, but cinnamon is one of those gentle allies that helps the body stay even. Compare that to flavoured instant oatmeal packets that are overloaded with sugar and artificial flavouring. They look similar, but the body responds to them very differently. Cinnamon supports steadiness. Artificially sweetened, highly processed breakfast packets do the opposite. When we keep breakfast simple, whole, and minimally altered, the body thanks us with calmer, steadier energy. As George moved through his second and third week of this new morning routine, something important happened, emotionally. He started choosing movement again. Not because he forced himself, but because he finally felt capable again. He didn't fear losing his balance during a walk. He didn't feel like the world outside of his house was a challenge waiting to embarrass him. He felt like he could trust his legs more, and that trust began growing into independence. And independence is one of the most powerful protectors of quality of life after 60. If you're listening to this right now, I want you to remember something. Your legs are not too far gone. Aging isn't something that only takes. Aging is something your body adapts to. And when you support your body with calm, steady choices in the morning, your body supports you back throughout the day. You deserve that level of partnership with your own body. You deserve mornings that feel hopeful, not discouraging. And you deserve to feel safe in your mobility, inside and outside your home. Before we move to the next part, I want to ask you to share this video with one senior friend or family member who has been struggling with leg weakness or low morning energy. Many seniors blame themselves, and they never learn that small, realistic adjustments can help them feel more stable again. Sometimes one shared video changes the direction of someone's entire year. In part 4, I'm going to reveal 3 extremely common breakfast mistakes seniors make that silently drain muscle strength through the day, and you will likely recognize at least one of them from your own kitchen. When you understand these traps and how to avoid them, your morning becomes one of the most reliable tools in protecting your independence. There was one final piece to George's morning routine that completed everything we worked on. The 5th supportive item is Greek yogurt, just a small spoonful stirred into the oatmeal once it's cooled slightly. Not a sugary flavoured yogurt, just plain Greek-style yogurt. It provides additional protein to help support muscle maintenance and gives your body more stable fuel for the day. Most seniors don't realise that muscles don't get built all at once. They are supported little by little every day. And this morning bowl, with oats, berries, chia, nuts, cinnamon and a small amount of Greek yogurt, became his quiet, reliable anchor. By week 4, George noticed something subtle but powerful. He didn't think about his legs every time he stood up anymore. He didn't second-guess himself before going outside. He didn't get nervous halfway through a grocery store walk. He told me, I feel like my legs belong to me again. Not stronger overnight, not magically transformed, just more reliable, more stable, more trustworthy. And that difference changed how he interacted with the world. And that is what I want for you. Not perfection, not giant leaps, just steady daily support that makes life feel easier and movement feel less intimidating. If you only remember one thing from this entire video, let it be this. Strength after 60 begins in the small choices you make every morning. What you give your body at the start of the day influences every step you take afterward. If you support your body early, your body supports you back. So here's your new morning structure. A bowl built to support steady muscle function. Real oats, real berries, a spoon of chia, a sprinkle of cinnamon, a handful of nuts, and just a little Greek yogurt. That's it. Simple, gentle, practical. Every senior can do this. You can do this. It doesn't require a gym membership. It doesn't require extreme dieting. It doesn't require anything harsh. Just a supportive routine you can count on. And this is where your independence grows. When your legs begin to feel like you can trust them again, you naturally move more. When you move more, you stay more connected with your community, your family, your world. And when you feel confident inside your own body, the world outside feels less limiting. Strong mornings create stronger days. Strong days create stronger years. Before we end this video, I'd love to see you stay connected to this channel so you can continue learning simple, evidence-informed ways to support your body at 60, 70, 80 and beyond. If you found this valuable, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos. This channel is here to help you protect your independence and support your strength with realistic changes you can actually stick to. And in the next video, we're going to look at 3 extremely common breakfast mistakes seniors still make, even when they think they're eating healthy, and how those mistakes quietly drain your energy by midday. When you understand those traps, this morning bowl becomes even more effective, and your body gets to benefit without sabotage. This information is for education only, not medical advice. Consult your healthcare provider before making changes.